Duty to protect the members from the arch-bully in OO. You know, his bullying is very infectious. It even affected the Land Attorney General in trying to bully the Honorable Jonathan. But I'm happy that he's now under your full control. So allow me to make very humble submissions. You see how he's looking at me? Yeah, he's even pointing at me. So you'll have to protect us from the arch-bully in the minister, that we do our job well. My shoes are brown, please, and they don't have the shape of...
to look at me and not the members submitting. Is that possible, isn't it?
Yeah, let him look at you, and I will...
You should smile.
I have a few issues to bring to the attention of both the Minister and the Land Attorney General. I went through this bill over last evening and this morning, trying to find where to press the new provisions in line with the command of Article 129D. I have tried to establish, with all the voluminous presentations, how then you have the court martial becoming a court. I can't find it, save for the words here enshrined. I was trying to close them into the law as it's known. Would the Land Attorney General advise me how these amendments fall within Article 129(1), so that eventually we can see the court martial becoming a court, because the ruling, Supreme Court ruling, which has been deemed as advisory and therefore motivating over these amendments, was very clear on what makes a court. And it's not merely personnel, it must also be existing within the law, and the law is Article 129. I want the Land Attorney to help me place these amendments, because I'll give you an example, Honorable Chair and colleagues. When the ICD was being formed as a branch of the High Court, the International Criminal Court, Criminal Division of the High Court, clearly the parameters that formed it were clearly under Article 129 and was deemed the High Court. The amendment so provided by the Land Attorney General and the Minister, for me, still contradict what the Supreme Court actually guided about. And at no one time did I envisage the ruling as advising the military or the minister to go and try to be creative and even try to strip civilians of their status and bring them in under the ambit of the military to sort that ruling. It never was the objective, because we need to understand, Honorable Chair, the ruling of the Supreme Court is almost enacted law. It never at any one time will empower government to go and strip civilians of their status for the sake of conveniently trying them in the military courts. That was not the objective. The objective was to strengthen Article 28, which talks about a fair hearing. That's why throughout the thread of this ruling, there is reference to Article 28, 1, I think, D, and Article 44C. None of these amendments, and I'm here to wait to be convinced, speaks about that when you have these amendments, therefore you'll have a fair hearing. Therefore you'll have a speedy trial. You'll have, fair presentation. Honorable Chair, I want to be convinced that these amendments actually speak to the command of Article 28 and 44C. Otherwise, taking them on face value would mean that the UPDF Act is now the supreme law of the land, and the Constitution is subordinate to the UPDF Act. Honorable Chair, the exceptional circumstances and whereas the ruling spoke about the fact that all these cases referred to as exceptional circumstances can be tried in civilian courts, and indeed they can be tried in the civilian courts, I have not seen these amendments speak to the fact that the civilian courts are inadequate in trying these matters, and therefore they warranty being taken to the court martial. These amendments are not stripping over that fact and are not introducing anything new to warranty exceptional circumstances. Right, Honorable Chair, the lawyer in you, the advocate in you knows so well that murder, cat rustling, and all these cases can be ably tried in High Court and the entire apparent system of the courts of record. So where is this coming from? Isn't the minister trying to impute ill motive on the part of the Supreme Court in using their ruling to say they were given room to override the Constitution in bringing these amendments? Because I have been carefully trying to see where is the gap, where is that lacuna they're trying to cure. I cannot trace it. So, Honorable Chair, for me, I am not sentimental, I'm not emotional. I am tracing for what the Constitution says, and where the Constitution commands, I am obliged to obey. I am failing, and I'm failing to see a single clause that makes the court martial a court throughout these proposals. Not improving the personnel to say, as long as the personnel is, the chairperson is an advocate of the High Court, that cannot turn it into a court. Otherwise, I'll sit here and turn you into a court because you're an advocate, so am I, so several others. With Mr. Chuanaka, yourself, Senior Abdul Katuntu, and you say, as long as Katuntu has served for 25 years, yours is now a justice of the Court of Appeal. Will become part of, so it's not a question of qualification, it's not a question of service, it's a question of the Constitution, Honorable Chair. I am waiting, that single statement here that confirms that these amendments have changed the command of the Constitution in what is a court. Thank you.